Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Queen G. Welcome to another segment of the Queen G Live Experience. So, I got to sigh really quick. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent up sincere prayers and the love and the support about what happened yesterday, having a seizure and fracturing my arm all in one walk. Like, wow, what a day. And I'm really blessed to be here today to do this exclusive interview. I'm just happy to be here. This is my element that I am way comfortable with, and I'm blessed that this is my job. You know what I mean? I'm blessed that this is my job, because if it was some other job, I wouldn't be able to attend. You understand? So I wanted to show you guys this. I want to thank Blue Flame Graphics for designing this amazing magazine, Let's Go to Work, ENT magazine, and putting all her love and taking pains. It came out really, really, really nice, as you can see. Look at that. Look at that. A lot of amazing people in there. This particular magazine is highlighting radio personalities, talk show hosts, and network affiliates. So thank you, Maritza, Blue Flame Graphics. I appreciate you so much. And then I want to thank Chrissy of A Little Bit of Apparel, who also designed these. Not designed them, but she printed these cards. It's a printing company that does these cards. I want to shout out the people that, show love and always there for me. She delivers them to the door. So that was amazing. And I just thank y'all for just all y'all support. What would I do without the prayers of you guys? Like, I wouldn't know what to do. So I want to officially welcome my special guest. He is an actor and a thespian at that. An actor. He real serious. He does theater. He does the whole shebang. I met him through his aunt, beautiful aunt, Wendy Goldsmith, who is watching live. Hey, Mama, how are you? And we've been kind of pre-chatting. He is amazing. I'm gonna get him in here. I'm not gonna hold y'all up today. We're gonna get him in here. Hold on a second. Let me get him in here. Hey, Cheveyo.
How you guys doing? Good. How you feeling?
Good. Welcome to the Queen D Live Experience. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm super hyped, actually. Thank you for having me on the show and everything. I think it's a blessing that you actually do this. Give the little place where the small guy can actually step up and say a few things. You know what I mean? So that means a lot. So thank you.
You know what? I wouldn't correct you normally, but let me say this. Everybody is a big guy in the field when it comes to God. Like, everybody. There's no little I, big me. There's none of that. We are all special in regards to the position of God and what he sees us as. And evidently you're amazing and powerful and all of that, because you're here. First of all, you're here.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's like my birthday.
Tell us who you are. Talk to us about you. Give us a little bit about your journey and tell us.
It's actually kind of interesting, especially getting on here and everything like that. As you guys know, my name is Cheveyo Madu Abayomi. I hail from Brooklyn, New York. I've been an actor since, oh my God, I want to say since I was 12. So that's like 22 years now.
Wow.
I went to like a high school, Talent Unlimited High School. So for anybody, TU, if you're out there, I see you. TU. Then from there, went
people out,
y'all. TU, and then went from there. I went to NYU, where I studied practical aesthetics at the Atlantic Theater School. They have like kind of like a combination program, and then did stand-up comedy for about 3 years, and then took a hiatus. And now it's like I've been slowly coming back over the last, I want to say, like 3 years. Started in Austin doing like community theater stuff, and then came over here and done some projects. and the rest is history. So there you go.
Talk to us about that transition into comedy. What was that like?
Oh man.
After acting all your life.
It was interesting because I went to acting thinking like, yeah, I'm just be the star and whatever, but I didn't really know at the time how much work goes into the parts you don't see. You know what I mean? Like, everyone wants to be in front of the camera and everything like that, but what I have to cherish is the fact that they instilled in us through NYU and everything like that, that you have to do your own work. And so for some reason, I just found myself going into like this bend of, having like kind of weird and crazy not crazy thoughts, but like not the norm, but they were hilarious. I was like, that's definitely an outlet.
Cheveyo. Keep talking, honey.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, but
sorry, there is some feedback.
Yeah, see, it's like frozen over there. So, but basically, what's it called? I started going into comedy because I was like, that's the only place where I could see an outlet for what I wanted to do, at the time. Because it was weird. In New York City, there's like a weird duality because I'm Puerto Rican and Black, right? But it was like, I was too Black to be Puerto Rican, but too Puerto Rican to be Black. So it's just like, and with New York, it's so many people and so much competition that if they want like a specific shade of Black or specific shade of Puerto Rican, they could find it. And there's some great actors out there. So I kind of got lost in the shuffle. So I guess it was like a response to the work that was out there at the time. And also I was really young. So I just decided, let me start doing some stand-up. And I did it for about 3 years straight, going to different open mics and just seeing what I can do. And yeah, got my experience that way. It's still frozen.
Hold on.
Sorry. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well out there.
Okay, I am back.
Sorry.
We are back officially. Goodness. I was asking, I know you were super young when you started acting, but I look at my daughters who are they're a set of 8-year-old twins, a 9-year-old, my daughter, and they're little actors. They do little skits and scenes, and they have their own reality show too on Roku.
Okay.
So
what's
at that age, it's called the Bell Sisters.
The Bell Sisters. Okay, check it out. That's awesome.
So at that age, what makes you want to get into acting? Like, I know for them what it is, but
I hate to admit it, but I actually got into acting because I actually wanted to be a Power Ranger. Like, I really, like, it was bad. Like, I was like so into Power Rangers. I had a dream one night that I was the Orange Ranger and I had like nunchucks and like my Zord was like the freaking Brontosaurus. And I was like, yeah, go Power Rangers, flipping into action with the motorcycle helmet and everything. Like, I wanted it so bad. And then like I stuck with it because I was like, yeah, this is how you go about it. And then come to find out years later, it's like, no, if you want to do all that action stuff, you need to go to the stunt school. And I was like already like 10, 15 years into it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I already like started like loving it. And also I was always kind of more musically oriented. Like I was like really good with woodwinds and things like that. So they already had me doing like little recitals all around the school and public school. So performance to me was kind of one and the same. It's still like a performance art. So yeah, I still like the medium and everything. So that's why I stuck with it. Yeah.
What was your most influential role so far to this date?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Influential. I gotta think back.
One that stands out that you just can't. It was the deepest or most, most impactful role that you played. Talk to us about that.
It's kind of hard because I've actually had the what's it called, the privilege to be in some really big roles since I started back into acting now in my, like, I guess, grown phase of my life. But I want to say, I guess, the one that was more inspiring was, and I think this is just because, like, just my approach to acting changed at that time, was I got to shout you out, Devere Rogers, old friend from NYU. He was writing a show called Excuse Me, Ladies and Gentlemen, and it was basically about kids on the train selling candy, so that way, you know, they don't get in trouble and that whole thing. And it kind of had like soap opera aspects into it and everything. And the character that I played was a guy named Ahmad, and he was like more of like the stoic and like kind of to himself rapper of the group. But like his story is that he actually killed his stepfather because his stepfather was, like, you know, abusing his mom. And like the monologue in that was, it was very serious, but like the content in it was like, yeah, so I took the knife from the chicken and I stabbed him right in the chest. And like even the whole cast was like saying, oh man, like I don't know how you're saying that monologue and not busting out laughing. And I was just like, at that point, it was like, before I would sometimes judge the material that I was given, but I was like, look, if I'm going to do this, I need to commit no matter what the material is. And so from that point on,
that's true.
Because the thing is, it may be funny to you on the outside, but you have to take the side of the character that you're depicting, so that way you can actually humanize it and actually depict it the correct way. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have that
is so true.
You know?
If you're just like me today, I'm not feeling the best, but if you're gonna beat it.
Yeah.
Don't just sidestep or half step just based on this or that. If you're gonna be in it, you have to commit 100% all the way. You know, you are so right about that. That is like such a true statement. So what's your favorite part of acting? What's your favorite part of it?
I guess actually, like, I want to say Tech Week. I know most people are like, Tech Week, isn't that like the boring? I'm like, yes, there's times there's boring, especially if you're setting with the lights and everything. But it's like that week, or even the week before that, when everything is just like lined up and like you're kind of just going through it, and it becomes like a dance. And so it becomes almost like muscle memory, and you're kind of like in that very comfortable place where you can find out, like, you know, you find different moments. It becomes almost like a game. You know what I mean? And then, of course, when you go on stage and then you just do it, it's awesome as well. But like, I don't know, there's something about it where it's like, this is like the real thing, but at the same time, there's still room to like try to do different things and find different things and like tweak stuff. And I don't know, it's just something. Yeah, I guess that's the answer to my question. I like that a lot. It's
nice. I have another question for you. You know how art imitates life? Oh, yeah. Art imitates life. How close is acting to real life? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Depends on in what context. You know what I mean? Because especially nowadays, I mean, I was doing it before this whole reality TV thing started up, you know, and even with that whole reality TV, they it's like, they script it, but they don't really script it. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a loose improv. And if they like a moment, they'll make you do it over and over again. So there's that aspect to it. But then also you got to remember, but you also got to remember that even with acting, when it first started, it got its, you know, the inspiration of doing it. It came from ritual, you know, and ritual being like the church and like spirituality and that whole thing, you know, coming together, having like, you know, sitting around a fire, one's all dark, getting immersed in that, like, you know, just that central focus and like telling stories, you know what I mean, and having messages and, you know, teaching lessons through having different stories, you know. So I think it's a mirror image, really, you know, and it could be a powerful tool to actually change the world or get across a message, or, you know, it's very profound if you think about it. So yeah.
Wow. Have you ever done any writing?
I have. I actually wrote like a psychological horror thriller back when I was 17. And I'm still, even to this day, doing rewrites and hoping one day I can get it off the ground. I also did another feature length, and this is for those gamer heads because I still like playing video games. I'm a big kid sometimes, but if you guys know the game Streets of Rage on Sega Genesis back in the day, I wrote a screenplay for that. And then I've done pilots as well. Like I've written one comedic pilot about me and my best friend growing up together in the 90s and how that came together. I wrote a pilot for that. I wrote a pilot that's it's more comedic satire, kind of like what's it called? Have you seen Good Place? It's kind of like Good Place meets Workaholics.
No.
But I kind of did like a thing like that, and it's like Godparents, but like I'll get into that. Whoever's interested, like let me know because I would like to get it off the ground. And then I'm also working on another project right now, but I haven't completely figured out the universe yet. But yeah, I do some writing, and of course with stand-up comedy, that's writing in itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do my little fair share. You know.
How does how has the coronavirus impacted your career at this time? Because it's definitely hit mine a little hard.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. There's not really any theater right now, and if there is, it's very limited seating and everything. So, but it's actually kind of funny too, because I actually was taking a break from acting now, and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of tired of like trying to wait for someone to try to discover me. I would like to, you know, do something that's a little bit more concrete. So I actually just applied for an apprenticeship program to become an electrician. And it's actually ironic because I think all of this is starting to like the universe is starting to open for me with the acting thing. Because it's like the minute I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to try to like do this. And like, you know, if I get back to acting, I will. That's when my aunt came out of nowhere. She's like, you still act? I was like, yeah. And then she started hooking me up with like other stuff and like even this whole thing. And it was just like ironic because I literally was like, I'm not going to touch acting for a while. And then it's like, all this is blowing up. I'm amazed by it. But yeah.
That's because you're destined to be an actor. It has like there are times when we have to take on jobs or do different things. You got to understand. Yeah. I grew up in LA where it's all happening at. Everything's happening. Mm-hmm. Every corner there's a show. There's, you know, actors auditions. Every other corner there is something, right? Yeah. Well, when you're destined to do it, it's like as much as we want to try to escape it, it just won't happen. It won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
And even in the back of my mind, I was like, once I get my situation together in the next 5 years, I got a bunch of different projects. I'm gonna just fund myself, and we'll see how it goes.
Right.
So you know, I guess you know, I conjured it. So. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Wendy Goldsmith says, "Tell us about the Bud Light campaign, injury count on TV.
Oh,
court on TV. Injury court on TV."
Well, okay. So, with the Bud Light campaign, it was actually right before I left New York City. And like, this is like the second time I was like taking a break from acting and coming into it. But the first time was right when I left New York. And it was funny because, my wife that basically I'm with now, she was living in Hawaii. And I was just like, oh, I got to figure out how to get over there. Like, do I need to join the Navy? Like, I need to find out something to do. Like, I was doing like 3 jobs. I was like a bartender, a newspaper boy. And then there was a time I was working at a place called Boxers. It was like a gay sports bar where they make you serve drinks and nothing but your boxers. So, you know, starving artist, whatever. Yeah. So the thing is, Bud Light, when I did the Bud Light print ad, it was like I was working with Ingrid French Management, she's an awesome manager if you ever look her up in New York City. But all of a sudden I landed this print job because she sent me out, you know, to go see what this is. And that job was awesome. It was just like for the NFL, you know, for that year where they just like had, you see the ads where it's like, you know, grab a Miller and watch the game with your friends, you know. And so they had me like doing like we switched out jerseys like for every team across the nation. And so that's where it was on billboards. It was on what's it called, buses, bus stations, just
Oh,
everywhere.
good for
And
you.
but that gave me enough money to move. And so like ironically, it was like, yeah, you did well. What's going on next? I'm like, I'm getting out of New York City, and I left and I went down to Austin, and I took like about 3 years off and actually went into music. So
That's
that was
another thing about
mhm.
independent jobs that like how we do. You get paid when you get paid. It's kind of
Yeah,
like, it's not a stable position. So you find yourself having to do something in the
right,
meanwhile to sustain your life because we're grown and no one's
right,
going to take care of us as
exactly.
grown people. So we have to, fund our life and take care of ourselves. And that's the difficult part about, being an artiste in some
Yeah,
way or the other is that you have to kind of, juggle things with life. No
yeah,
one's gonna pay for your roof. No one's gonna pay for your car. Like it just doesn't happen. You know what I
yeah. I
mean?
mean, don't get me wrong. I was blessed because I mean, my parents, they were very supportive, and they were saying like, hey, if you ever want to, if you need to stay, you can stay and just keep doing it. I was like, yeah, I will. But at 25, I was just like, it's time for me to go. Like this baby bird's like the wings are too big. You know what I mean? I gotta tip out.
Right.
So like, I had to leave just for that and everything. And but I appreciate them for you know, getting me through it and helping me through school and everything like that. I feel very blessed about that.
You definitely have to have supportive family. Like, oh, I'm so grateful for my husband. He doesn't
Yeah.
judge me. He doesn't trip or, oh no, don't do it like that. Don't do, it's never like that. He lets
Hmm.
me be creative and do what I do, you know what I mean, without all of that. You know what I
Well, yeah, that's the
mean?
only way you can do it. Because I mean, if you have some type of resentment or just tension about what you're going for, you're not going to be able to go pursue it fully. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you have to have at least that allowance, so that way at least mentally you can bring things to you. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right, right, right. James Goldsmith says, "Tell us about your MTV commercial, also, and Law and
Oh.
Order episode. Tell us about that."
Well, I'll start with the Law and Order episode because that's just real quick. I was just an extra. But I went in there, and I think it was one of the first few extra gigs I did. And anyone who's in the business, they know that gigs, I don't want to say like it's grunt work. It could be very, rewarding.
Lucrative. It could be
But
lucrative.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of waiting and waiting and waiting and then go. But it was fun because they had me playing like a reformed gang member, so they like tatted me up and everything, like with a Sharpie and all that, and just had me like walking across the screen and everything like that. But the MTV commercial, remember when MTV Thrust first came out? Like I want to say uh, early 2000s or maybe a little bit before then. It was
Mm-hmm.
like the year that song "Hips Don't Lie" by Shakira came out. And that was the first gig I got where I was the principal. So I was like the main guy in the commercial, and that was very like exciting. And so they had like the girls salsa dancing, whatever, and trying to like get my attention. And I'm like at the bar, and it was great because the woman that was working opposite me, like while they were having the camera on me to get expressions out of me, she was like kind of flirting behind the camera. I was like, "Oh, you are gorgeous. Oh yeah." And so like it really like it
Okay.
was a good like back and forth and everything like that. But yeah, that was a lot. That was actually a lot of fun to do. So yeah.
I think your look itself is
Hmm.
marketable.
Thank
Um,
you.
just from me
Hope
being
so.
in the industry, you know what I'm saying? You have a baby
Yeah.
face as well. So you could
Yes.
play younger or older, which is a bonus as well, because
Yeah.
everybody can't play someone younger. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And get
Yeah.
away with it. Like if you
Yeah. And
if you trimmed your beard, you could be 10 years younger that quick
yeah, that's
because you
actually
have
why I
such
took
a
off the
baby face.
mustache. I tried to take off the mustache just for that too, because I actually like my little
Right.
brush right here. But yeah, I mean, and it's good to like keep my energy up. Like a lot of the things that I do now is like I do a lot of more like holistic and herb type things to try to upkeep and everything. Like even right now I'm on a fast, and that helps you like keep your energy levels up and regulates your body and everything like that. So yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. That just brightened my day.
How important is that health to your career? Tell us
Oh,
about that.
huge, huge. It is huge because the thing is, especially what they taught us in NYU, but this is just true in life. Your body is your instrument. You know what I mean? So if you're out of whack somehow, and that's either mentally, spiritually, physically, then you won't be able to depict certain characters. You know what I mean? And even just your voice. If your voice is not supported, then there's only but so many characters you can depict. And tell you the truth, it's better to have a commanding presence than to just be kind of muted. You know what I mean? So yeah, health is a big part of it. But that whole thing, it gets complicated too, because we're taught to like have the standard American diet and that type of thing, and now we're starting to finally get out of that and learn like what actually works. So
Right.
yeah, so Dr. Sebi is one where he'll talk about the herbs and keeping your body alkaline and that whole thing. And then I've actually done Stephen Gundry's thing, because I was actually a little heavier last year. And back in July, I actually did the plant paradox diet, where it's basically taking out the lectins from your diet, so that there's certain fruits and vegetables that have that type of thing. I went from being 216 pounds at the start of July, and then by September, I was 175.
Wow.
So that's 40 pounds.
That's like close to 50 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Big difference. Ooh, I was having aches and pains, and I was starting to have like heart palpitations. I'm pretty sure I've prevented myself from getting a stroke, and I'm only 34 today. So I think I don't think there's one answer to anything, but I think having like a medley of all of it makes all the difference, and it'll make it comfortable for people to be more responsible for their own health. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I definitely can relate to that. I'm in a position where I've been like working on mine as well, and doing different herbs and working out and trying to do this, and it sent my body into I don't know what it sent it into shock. Like ain't did this in so many years. It's like doing some crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, and it's also it's interesting too, because like with the body, it's like sugar. That's like a main culprit. You know what I mean? Like having too much sugar and everything, it'll bombard the body with a lot of toxins and just let you be like basically just the potential for you to catch something is way higher, because like you're just kind of prime for any type of disease or whatever to come around. So yeah, it's interesting when you look into it, big time.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah, it's been something else trying to figure out things, on my end health wise, and balance me out and figure out what works, what doesn't. I even went and got this tea that's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's real ginger with honey. So and it's the raw ginger. It's not
like that. Is it the Makuna? Like that? I think it's Makuna honey or something with an M. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know the name of it, but yeah. But this stuff it's been pretty good in balancing my system, and I've been drinking that daily, and I've been working out as well. Even if it's 15, 20 minutes, because for me, I'm a big girl. I'm a plus size. So it's not that simple, to get up and do this, but it's like what I realize is that I am getting older. I'm about to be 47. So
right, black don't crack. You look amazing.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm about to be 47 on February 6th.
Awesome. So, fellow Aquarian. Yes. Aquarius.
Yep, I'm an Aquarius. Yep. Okay. We have a question from Jules Lavally. I hope I'm saying his name right, or her name right. What kind of role would you push your craft? What kind of role would you push your craft?
I don't know. Because I mean, I feel like as a performer, I'm very versatile. So I'm kind of open to anything. But right now, I would like to do more leading man type roles. But I don't know. It's interesting because for the last few theater shows that I've been in, actually, for Shakespeare, I've gone in for back in Austin. I did Romeo and Juliet, and then I did Measure for Measure here. And for the Romeo and Juliet, I auditioned for Mercutio and wound up getting the lead for Romeo. And so that really like
Okay.
pushed me for that. And then
They
like
saw a different space for you.
yeah, and then like for Measure, it was the same thing. Like I went for Claudio, which is like one of the side, like the main side person in there that they're having the trial about and everything, and wound up getting like the lead playing the Duke, who has like a whole bunch of lines. So I would like to still be getting more prominent roles that way. I mean, if we're gonna put it in a nutshell, I would like to have like a career that's kind of resembling like Don Cheadle mixed with like John Leguizamo. So yeah, those kind of things.
What's your favorite actor? Tell me who your favorite actor is, and what role is your favorite of theirs?
Okay. Well, those two. I don't know which one's my favorite of Don Cheadle and John Leguizamo, but of all people right now, I right now for some reason I'm digging T.C. Carson and his role of Kyle in Living Single.
Okay,
that's for me. And then as a gamer, I didn't know this too, but he actually voiced the main guy, Kratos. I had no clue, but as soon as I found out, I was like, "This makes this better!" Oh my god! Like, he's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, but there's a very, very unique voice. I love his voice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He definitely does. Welcome to my.
And I fell in love with that character too, Kyle.
Yeah.
Funny. The dynamic between him and the neighbor.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
But like, him and the woman that plays Maxine, like they are like my number one like ship of all time. Like I'm like, please don't break up. And like, I wish they could have kept going because I know they canceled the show like a little too prematurely. But like I loved every moment that they were like on camera going back and forth. It was like amazing to me. Like, yeah, that was.
They talk so much mess, and if you're in a relationship or have been in a relationship, it's like that's what me and my husband do. We talk so much mess with each other. So it was fun watching them, and fun watching them when she would come to the door. Her antics, to see what was up the sleeve, and you know what I mean.
Eating
it was
all their
funny.
food.
It was really funny. I love that show. Period. Living Single was genius.
Oh, Don Cheadle! I just remembered Hotel Rwanda. That was an amazing. Like my favorite moment in that movie was when he's like looking all over the hotel for his family and can't find it. It's all like, panic inducing and everything. And then he like rips back the curtain and like his wife is like there with the freaking like the little shower head and like she's like spraying at him like he's like, what are you gonna do? Wet me? And like whatever. And like it was so funny, but at the same time so heart wrenching. Like I as an actor, I want to be able to have moments like that. Like,
right.
Oh man, I can't think of anything like that that did it for me on that one.
Can I ask you about this lane? Now in my household alone, I have 3 bases. I have Fire Stick, I have Roku, and then I have cable. I have 3 whole separate bases. We know that it's a lot of potential acting wise now. Have you seen some of the more independent type of networks and things like that?
I have not, but that's also because I'm kind of under a rock. Like all this technology is a little overwhelming. So like, even like Snapchat, like I just missed the window on that and the whole thing. Like I don't like, I feel like a fossil now. And like, I don't know what's out there, but I mean, I'm hearing that there's good stuff. I just haven't I'm waiting for someone to tell me like, okay. Yeah. I'm definitely open to check out stuff and everything, but a lot of times I'm just like in my own, like I'm under a rock. So I need to get back out.
My suggestion would be Fire Stick Tubi. Try Tubi. Tubi is how it's spelled. Tubi.
Okay. Is that like a page?
Because they have, the guy that played Biggie Smalls?
Yeah.
He's in several movies on Tubi, and then they got a lot of independents, but it's actors too that we're familiar with on Tubi. Tubi is really I don't know what it is, but they got some real cool type of independent films, and they're not cheesy independent, if you know what I mean. They're not like the cheesy ones.
Like not written well. They like kind of like a
Right? They
little
got
lazy with the
storylines and
camera angles. That's good. Tubi. Is
exactly,
it is it
exactly.
is it paid or is it free?
Mine, I have Tubi is free if you have
Okay.
Fire Stick. Tubi is
Well,
free.
looks
It's
like
not a
I need to get
charge.
me a Fire Stick then. See, I have to check that out. Okay, that sounds good.
It's not a charge if you have Fire Stick, it's free. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, your mom says happy birthday and she loves you.
Thanks, Mom. Love you too.
Today is your birthday?
Today is my birthday. Yep.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I got to do this for you. I got to
Okay,
do this for you.
I'm waiting.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Give me your name again.
Cheveyo.
Cheveyo. Happy birthday to you. I love birthdays. I
Thank you. You
didn't
just
know.
made my
I
day with
didn't
that
know
one. You
today
sing
was your
very well.
birthday.
I like the
Oh
way you
my
sing. You sing
God.
very
Thank
well.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
wasn't
you.
expecting
I
that. I
was
was
like,
like,
let me, oh my God, I turned up. Okay. We would have been turning up if I knew that.
okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna be that my
God.
own way this weekend, but that's another story. We'll talk about that later. Anyway,
Right. Oh my God. I heard you say something, but I didn't think it was like it was your birthday actually. Oh my God. That's
Today's my
so dope.
birthday. Yeah.
So you're Aquarius.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Aquarius, fellow Aquarian. Because you said yours is on the
Oh
6th,
my
right?
God. Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
mine is coming up. Mine is on February 6th.
Mhm.
You gotta chime in because we're doing a whole full show with
Oh,
with a DJ, the whole nine. It's gonna be dope. Hosted
okay.
by Stacks the Realist. She's a rap artist out of Milwaukee. And
Okay.
it's gonna be lit, as they say, lit.
I wish I had my band together. I would play a little something, but I still got to get that together too. That's another little side project, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. We definitely want you to check in though, and check in on a sister.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, I
definitely.
said we can keep the devil out of this house. We can live another.
I hear you. Seriously.
Goodness, I mean, I've been going through it, but it's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
because when you mention birthday, I'm so grateful every year to have another birthday and to be
Yeah.
able to, turn another year because these years are not promised to any of us,
Yep.
especially right now with
Yep.
Corona being out here. And we are blessed to take a breath. We're blessed
Hmm.
every time we take a breath. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Hmm.
It's so serious. It's so serious. Happy birthday from South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina. How y'all doing?
Yes. We are so excited to have you on here. Are you working on anything right now as we speak?
Yes, that slipped my mind, but I am. For I guess the older heads, and I don't mean any disrespect by that. I just mean people a little older than me. But do you guys remember the show Fame back in the day?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So
that
the one,
older head. Look.
so you already know. So you might even know better than I do. But you know the woman that stepped in to replace Janet Jackson as Dusty, Loretta Chandler. She's out here in Atlanta, and I've been working with her for the past like year or two on her project. She wrote a piece called Black Pathfinders that right now we're trying to work and get onto Broadway. So if there's any investors out there or anything like that, we are definitely looking for people to help us out. But we've workshopped it for a while and done about like several shows over the last 2 years, and we're actually going to go to Bermuda this past year, or it was last year, to do a tour, but Corona happened and had to lock everything down. So if you guys want to check that out, you got to go to blackpathfinder.com. That's Black Pathfinder, singular, so one, blackpathfinder.com. and it has a synopsis for everything. They're a great cast and crew. Like I love working with those people. They're amazing. And every time we go
Is
on
that the
stage, like
picture that you sent me with you on stage and it was a lot of people around you? Is that project or is that
I
something
want
different?
to, yeah, we're kind of like in African garb. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
And that was the thing. She was like inspired by the world of Black Panther, the actual movie, and she just took like their universe and created like her own piece about like unifying all of Africa and the peoples of the world, and it's really awesome
Wow.
stuff. So yeah, but this year we're supposed to be recording audio, kind of like an audio show for it. I'm not sure exactly what she's going to do with that, but I'm excited to go again. And then afterwards, she actually wants to record it to have it streaming on, I guess, Tubi or one of those other channels that are going on right now. So I'm just sitting tight and
Mm-hmm.
waiting, but that'll be around like March, April when we have all that taken care of. So yeah, miss
I'm
you
a part
guys.
of a network that's looking for shows and things like that too, called MJ Own Network.
Okay,
I'm actually the marketing director of MJ Own Network, and
awesome.
she's looking to add some
Well, if you need
shows
some
on there.
thespians, no,
Yes.
let me know. Seriously, no, I'm down to you. You're in Houston, right?
No, I'm in Arlington, Texas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a different part. That's a different it's
I miss
Houston
Texas.
is
I can't lie.
about 4 or so hours from here. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
mhm.
I miss Texas. I used to live in Austin. That was fun. It's actually where I, did
Texas
the
is
music. But
good.
yeah.
Yeah. I like Texas. I like it this time around.
Okay. Yeah, it was not so hot. Just a little
Right.
hot.
No, I listen, I just have decided it doesn't matter what part of the world I'm in, I'm gonna get
Right.
into what I need to do for my lane. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's made the difference. Like, I love West Coast. Vegas, LA, that's
Mm.
my thing. That's my
Okay. Yeah.
preference.
I
If
can see
I could
that.
go back and stay there, I would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But um it's this time I decided, I said, well, I'm not gonna, let the South get to me. I'm gonna just focus in. And the way
Hmm.
that this lane is of social media, we can reach out to the world, this way. So
Yeah.
that's what's been powerful, is having this tool of Queen G Live Experience to go worldwide, in a sense. I was just
Hmm.
on an interview of somebody in Boston, and then it's always a different state, Milwaukee, like it's
Yeah.
always somewhere different on the map. So to me, this is better than, getting on a plane traveling everywhere.
And you don't have to book
Why
your
not?
time. There you go. Save some
Exactly,
money. There you
exactly,
go. Yeah.
exactly.
I think it's a good
So
move.
you gotta know what your passion is and your lane is, what works for you, and you have to stick to that. You know what I mean? You have to
Hmm.
stick to what works for you, because a lot of us, just out of anxiousness, we jump on all these different, planes and different things, and it's not for us necessarily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I said this year I buckled down. I wrote all these books. I wrote a
Oh.
lot of books. I created a magazine brand, and
Yes,
just been.
congratulations. I was looking at that. That looks phenomenal,
Thank
actually.
you.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
look, I gotta show y'all again
Boost it, boost it.
my magazine. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be in this place, in this position of, following your heart and doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
So if anybody is out there watching, if you're just unsure, pray about it first. Pray about it.
Mhm.
But if something is right for you, if it just won't go away, it just won't stop
Yeah.
nudging you. You know what I mean?
Like a,
Just won't stop nudging you.
get off. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So tell us where we can find you on social media.
Okay. Well, you can find me on my IG, which is Madman Madu. So Mod, the first word is Mod, like mad, like Jamaicans say, yeah, and like not sorry, that's the second one. But it's Mad, so MAD, Mon, like Jamaicans say, yeah, Mon, and then Madu, which is my middle name, MADU. If you search that,
Okay.
you'll find my IG. If you put .com and go online, that'll take you to my website where I have basically, I do photography as well. So, you know, if people need headshots and whatever, I've been in the industry for a while. So I bring that expertise and help you out with that. But I also have my EP and some other stuff that I do.
Right.
And if there's any casting directors or anybody who's interested in working with me on any other projects, I say just follow this email, which is chidubeminc@gmail.com. And that's CHIDUBEM Inc. INC @gmail.com. chidubeminc@gmail.com.
Yeah,
So yeah,
okay.
that's where you can find me. And then of course, if you search me on Cheveyo Abayomi, that's my page on the Facebook. But tell you the truth, I'm seldom there. I'm here like maybe once every 3 weeks or so. But tell you the truth, it just depends. If people want to talk to me more and I have to be there, I will. So we'll see. Yeah.
All right. And what message do you want to put out to people all over the world right now? Give us that message.
I guess my number one message would be don't feed into the fear. Take responsibility for your own actions and your own spheres of influence, whether that be spiritually, physically, mentally, and just love one another. And not just like as a thing, like understand that means that there's a responsibility behind that, not just feelings. There's actions behind those things. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's a great message. That's a great message. You have been an amazing guest today.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
It.
Happy birthday too. I'm just I'm so excited that you're on here live for your birthday. I think that's a whole another,
that had me hyped. I was like, oh yeah, the 28th? All right. I feel like there's a little divine intervention on that. I'll take it.
Right. Exactly. Us coming together. Thank you, Wendy Goldsmith, for referring your nephew over to me for this podcast today. And listen, guys, I'm kind of up in the air today. You know what happened to me yesterday. Everybody knows what happened on social media. And I just know that the more you move closer to your passion, your dreams, the more that the enemy tries to stop you from going to those next levels. So you just have to keep pushing. You got to know what your target is, what your vision is. You have to know what you are brought here to this world to do. And that's just it. You got to know. You got to know for yourself. And thank God for people like yourself today. You have really encouraged me, actually. I was in the bed all day after my incident, and this uplifted my spirit and made me feel better. So I want to say I'm grateful to you for even, crossing this path on the Queen G Live experience and being my special guest today and choosing this lane, to express yourself and things like that. Definitely tell others about it. We're going to keep going and keep, bringing our worlds together in whatever way we can. And I want this to be the platform and the home for you. Anytime you have updates, anything like that, just hit me. And then we can definitely update on here on the platform. Okay.
Definitely. That sounds awesome. I'm just into it. I'm like, yes, exactly.
Yeah, you were. Oh, that was scary. You were so zoned in. Were you listening to me?
Yeah, I was. Just piercing in. I got you.
That is so funny. All right, guys, we're going to jump off of here. This is the end of our interview. Thank you all for who tuned in, who keep sharing, watching, posting, liking the Queen G Live experience. I appreciate you all so much. Cheveyo, you have been amazing today. Thank you so much
Thank you for
being
having me.
here as my special guest. And till next time, y'all, I'll see y'all later, all right? This is your girl, Queen G of Queen G Live Experience. Checking out, y'all. Peace.